Tennessee's At Home Learning Series for Math. Today's lesson is for all third grade out there, though all children are welcome to tune in. This lesson is number 14 in a series. My name is Lisa Sharpley and I'm a third grade teacher at Venus Stewart in Gallatin, Tennessee. I'm excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you didn't see the previous lesson, you can find it at the Tennessee Department of Education's website, www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in to today's lesson if you hadn't seen any of the others, but it might be more fun if you go back and watch the others because I'll refer back to them. For today's lesson, we'll be learning about using the area of a rectangle to model the distributive property. All right? If you're ready, you need paper, pencil, and something to write on, and we'll be ready to get started. Let's start with the vocabulary. Let's go. Lesson 14, area key vocabulary. We have the word area, and please say these words with me. Area, multiplication, distributive property, model, equation. One more time. Area, multiplication, distributive property, model, equation. Again, today we'll be learning about using the area of a rectangle to model the distributive property. Let's review how to find the area of a rectangle by multiplying. Look at this rectangle. I want to find its area or the amount of space inside a figure. There's two different ways we've learned to find area this week. What are they? Two different ways. Think about it. Say it out loud if you know it. Yes, counting the total number of square units that are shaded and also multiplying length times width. Good job for saying that. Let's find the area of this rectangle. I think I'm going to use the multiplication strategy. I'm going to count how many rows are going down and how many are going across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. Times how many are going across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 times 8. Well, I know my 5s really well. So 5 times 8 equals, yes, 40. 40 square feet. We just found the area of this rectangle. All right, let's keep going. Now let's review the distributive property because we will also be using it in our lesson today. Do you remember using the distributive property when you were learning multiplication facts? Take a moment to, it says write down, but at least think. I want you to think about what you remember about the distributive property. What do you remember? Do your think time. When you hear that word distributive property, what do you remember? And I hope you're thinking, we use the distributive property to break apart multiplication facts or unknown multiplication facts into the sum of known multiplication facts. The distributive property is when you're breaking apart one of the factors and then you put it back together again. How can I break apart this array? How can I break it apart? Let's use that distributive property. I'm going to put a line right there. I'm going to put a horizontal line right there to break it apart. And let's see what's above that line. 1, 2, 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 times 8. 2 times 8, I can count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 2 times 8 equals 16. And now what's below our line? 1, 2, 3. 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 8 equals, I can skip count by 3's this time. 3, make sure you're saying it with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Now, I broke apart this array. I have 2 times 8 equals 16. 3 times 8 equals 24. Now I need to add my sums together to get a product. For the total array, I'm going to put my addition sign here. 6 plus 4, 10, 0. Carry my 1, 2, 3, 4. My array shows 40 as the product. 40. Could I have broke it apart in a different way? I could have. Let's try it in a different way. Instead of using a horizontal line, let's use a vertical line and break it apart. Let's put it right here and see. All right. Oh, I think that's too close to that other one. Let's move it one. Let's put it here. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I'm counting by 5, 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That was easy. 30. Now, this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are going down. 5 rows times, how many is in each row? 2. 1, 2. 5 times 2 equals 10. Now I have 2 products. I need to put them back together again. 30 plus 10 equals 40. That's what the distributive property does. It breaks it apart into smaller products and then puts it together again. All right. Let's continue to practice. Let's use the distributive property to break apart the area of a rectangle into smaller area so we can find the product. Look at this rectangle. We learned we can find the area of a rectangle by multiplying the 2 side lengths. Okay, let's use that distributive property to find the area of it. All right, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know my 5s really well, so I'm going to put a vertical line there. So I'm breaking apart the 8. I'm not changing the 7. I'm breaking apart the 8, and I'm making the 8 into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5, and a 1, 2, 3. A 5 and a 3. All right, let's see. So 7 times 8 equals, I still have my 7, times 5 on this side, putting in parentheses, plus, I still have my 7 here, times 3. Do you see where I got my 5 and 3? They come from this 8. I'm going to draw a line. It's the 8. I broke apart the 8 to a 5 and a 3. Okay? Now let's see. 7 times 8 equals 7 times 5. Counting my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 plus 7 times 3. I can skip count by 7 3 times. 7, 14, 21. 21. Okay? 7 times 8 equals, I need to add my 35 and 21 back together again and see. I'm going to write it up here. 35 plus 21. 5 plus 1 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 56. I broke it apart to find the area, then I put it back together again. So my area would be 56. Let's see, what if I divided it into a different way? A different way. What if I kept the 8 but broke apart the 7 this time? Let's break apart the 7. I like my 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put it here. So I'm going to keep my 8, but this time I'm breaking apart the 7. I'm breaking apart the 7 to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5, and a 1, 2. It's still 7, but it's broke apart to a 5 and a 2. And let's write it over here again. 7 times 8 equals, now I have 5 times 8 plus 2 times 8. All right, let's find the product. 7 times 8 equals 5 times 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Plus 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is the same as 8 plus 8, which would be 16. Now, let's add those together. 40 plus 16 equals 56. Another way to show the distributive property. I hope you're getting it. It just takes some practice. We're going to keep practicing. Let's look at our next one. Now let's practice some more problems using what you've learned. I'll do the first practice problem. Now this is wrote just a little bit different because they've broke it apart for us. They already have our vertical line and they've showed us what they broke it apart to. As you can see, the 5 is now a 3 and a 2. The 4 is the other factor that we did not change. Let's see if we can fill in the equation. Let's understand what it's saying. I see the 5 was broke apart to a 3 and a 2. That's my width. My length is still the same because I'm wanting to find the area. Let's see if we can fill in just this first line. 4 times blank equals, well, 4 times 5. I know I'm multiplying times 5. Okay, now, let's look at our next blank. The 5 is now a 3 and a 2. So, 4 times 5 is equal to 4 times 3 plus 2. Make sure you understand where I'm getting my numbers from. I got my 4 from my length. My 3 and 2 were broke apart from the 5 as the width. Okay, let's keep going. 4 times 5, it's still my 5 up here. 4 times 5 is equal to 4 times blank. Oh, 4 times 3. I got that one. And then my second one is 4 times 2. 4 times 2. Let's multiply. Let's get us a product. 4 times 5 is equal to 4 times 3. 12 plus 4 times 2, 8. When I add my 12 plus 8, that comes to 20. So, 4 times 5 equals 20. My product would be 20. My area of my square would be 20. Still a couple more to practice. We're getting the hang of it. Just stay with me. We'll get the hang of it. Let's do another one together. Complete the equation that represents the picture. All right, here we go again. My length is 3. It was not broke apart, but my width is 5, and they did break it apart. They broke apart the 5 to a 3 and a 2. So 3 times 5, I still have my 5 here, equals blank times 3 plus blank. All right, they're wanting me to say I still have my 3. 3 times 3 plus 2. 3 times 5 is equal to, now they broke apart the 5 to a 3 and a 2. So I'd have to say 3 times 3. And what's the other one? 3 times 2. 3 times 2. All right, let's multiply, find our products. 3 times 3 equals 9, plus 3 times 2 equals 6. When I add 9 plus 6, I get 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. The area of my square is 15, and I want to put that in square units. 15 square units. I think we have one more to practice together, our last one to practice together. So let's really use all our brain power. I want to be able to give you a round of applause after we finish this one. Thank you for persevering with me. I know it's kind of tough, but we're getting it. All right, let's see. So on this one, they have their line. They made a vertical line right here. So they broke apart the 6 to what? And I hope you're saying a 2 and a 4. They made our square into 2 separate squares. Maybe if I write inside the square, that'll help. Let's see. So this first one shows 1, 2, 3 rows with Hammy in each row. 2, 3 times 2. Let's do that one. 3 times 2 equals, I bet you're saying 6. Let's do the same one over here. 1, 2, 3 rows times Hammies in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4, 3, 6, 9, 12 equals 12. This is what this is showing. Now let's see if we can fill in the blanks, but we have the information up here already. Let's fill in the blanks from that. Okay, we know our original problem is 3 times 6. I'm going to circle that 6. That's the original problem. 3 times 6. 3 equals blank. 3 times 6. Oh, I need to put the 3 there. Equals 3 times 2 plus 4. There it goes. We broke it apart. 3 times 6, that's my original problem, equals 3 times 2 and 3 times 4. 3 times 4. All right, let's find our product. 3 times 2, 6, plus 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 6 is equal to 6 plus 12, which would be 18. Give yourself a round of applause on that one. That's tough, but you persevered with me. Good job. Great work, students. Today, we reviewed finding the area of rectangles to represent the distributive property. You did this by cutting a rectangle into smaller rectangles and then completing equations to show that the area of the larger rectangles equal the sum of the smaller rectangles. I'll be putting the independent practice on the Elmo for you to practice at home. Keep doing a good job. Thank you for welcoming me into your home, and I'll see you on the next session of Tennessee at Home Learning Series for Math. Bye-bye.